guys, in today's video we are gonna talk about our own planet, the Earth. This is the second part of the video, which means if you have not watched this first part, go and watch it because you might not understand something which I've talked in this video. So let's get right into the video. Okay guys, now let's talk about the layers in the atmosphere. Yes, there are layers even in the atmosphere, just like how there are layers on the Earth's surface to the inner core. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check out my last video which I've uploaded recently. Now, there are more layers to our Earth. Yes, there are more. These are the 5 more layers which are in the Earth's atmosphere. They are the Troposphere, the first one, Stratosphere, the second one, Mesosphere, the third one, Thermosphere, the fourth one, and finally the Exosphere, which is all the way up in space, which is the 5th one. Okay guys, now let's talk about the first layer of the atmosphere, the Troposphere. The Troposphere is the first layer and the closest to the Earth's surface. It is about 6 to 10 kilometers or 3 to 6 miles from the Earth's surface. It's very low, but it has a reason for it being this low. Let's find out why this is. It is the low boundary of the stratosphere. The stratosphere is the second layer from the Earth's surface, but that we'll talk about later. First, let's talk about the troposphere. Now, the troposphere has all the weather changes take place, aka also known as tornadoes, hurricanes, rain, everything except a few land natural disasters take place in the troposphere. All the air natural disasters take place in the troposphere, not in the stratosphere, not in the mesosphere. It's in the troposphere. It contains about 75% of the atmosphere's mass and 99% of the total mass of the water vapor and aerosols. Now, let's get into the second layer, the stratosphere. Okay guys, now let's talk about the second layer of the Earth, atmosphere, the stratosphere. The stratosphere is the second major layer of the Earth's atmosphere, just above the troposphere and just below the mesosphere. The mesosphere is the third layer and the middle layer of the atmospheric layers. The stratosphere is known to have the ozone layer, which protects us from the UV rays in the summer and winter. Did you guys know it's becoming hot in winters because of this global warming? The ozone layer is getting depleted because of global warming and it's becoming very hot in the winters. So please try to stop global warming, plant more trees, stop pollution, etc. That's why it's also very cool in the summer and very hot in the winter sometimes. In most of the countries, especially in the equator, it's very hot in summer and very cool in the winter. That is because of the ozone layer starting to get depleted. Try to stop it from getting depleted. It's found about 10 to 50 kilometers above the troposphere. So, it's like just when the troposphere ends, the stratosphere starts. The lowest part of the stratosphere is where the tropopause is, as you see on the screen. Now, let's get into the third layer or the middle layer, the mesosphere. Hope you guys enjoy that part. Okay guys, now let's talk about the third layer of the atmosphere, mesosphere. As I've told you, it's the third layer and the middle layer. The mesosphere is the third layer in the atmosphere. It is found in between the stratosphere and thermosphere, not the troposphere, the thermosphere. It's the fourth layer. Let's get into it later. In the mesosphere, temperature decreases as altitude increases, means it becomes colder as space doesn't have any atmosphere, so it becomes very cold. It starts to get very cold. It also melts all asteroids. That's why it's called mesosphere. If an asteroid comes, it goes to the thermosphere, which is really hot actually. It melts the asteroid, and when it enters the mesosphere, it completely melts. That's why we can't see asteroids coming onto our Earth. We can't see it. We could see shooting stars though, but these also start to get melted. That's why you can see the trail. It is about 50 to 80 kilometers or 31 to 49 miles from the stratosphere. So as soon as the stratosphere ends, the mesosphere starts, as we know. This part is called the Stratopause, just like how it was called the Troposphere. This is the Stratopause, or the boundary between the stratosphere and the mesosphere. Now let's get into the thermosphere. Okay guys, now let's talk about the fourth layer of the atmosphere, the thermosphere. The thermosphere is the fourth layer in the atmosphere, as I've told you. It's found in between the mesosphere and the exosphere. Exosphere is 640 kilometers and the thermosphere is found between 80 to 85. So as soon as the mesosphere ends, the thermosphere starts and it ends at 640 kilometers. Very long. This is the longest, one of the longest layers. This is the second longest actually. Within this layer of the atmosphere, ultraviolet radiation causes photoionization or photodesiccation of the molecules, creating ions, thus making the ionosphere. This is a minor layer found in the thermosphere. This is because of the ultraviolet radiation. It is about 80 to 500 kilometers. It's 500, but it could extend at some parts to 640. It's about 40 to 310 miles if you're counting it in miles from the mesosphere. Auroras occur and the space shuttles orbit in this layer of the atmosphere. So, satellites, the ISS, International Space Station, are found about at the top of the thermosphere, almost at 500 or more kilometers altitude. Auroras occur in this layer only because of the sun's ultraviolet radiation. The thermosphere contains thin layers of gases which absorb the most of the sun's light. Since it absorbs most of the sun's light, in the poles, north and south pole, auroras are formed because of this. So now let's get into the last layer, the exosphere. Okay guys, now let's talk about the last layer of the atmosphere, the exosphere. Yes, the exosphere. Exosphere is the last layer of the atmosphere, or the fifth layer. It is located above the thermosphere. It starts at an altitude about 500 to 640 and ends about 190,000 or 10,000. 10,000 is the minimum point it ends, but it goes up to 190,000 kilometers. Very, very big. But now it's 310 miles for 500 kilometers or 6,213 for 10,000 kilometers. It's too much for me to calculate 1,900 kilometers because it's a lot big number. Within this region, particles of atmosphere can travel for hundreds of kilometers in a ballistic trajectory. Trajectory means like a bullet kind of thing, going straight up or straight down before bumping into any other particles of the atmosphere. For example, it might bump into the thermosphere's atmosphere or the mesosphere's atmosphere. We don't know, but it is very fast, the trajectory. Okay guys, we have reached the end of the video. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And don't forget to hit that post notification button to get our latest videos. Thanks for watching.